Hey, what's up YouTube? It's abluegolfball here today with another Pokemon TCG online video, and today I have for you guys a Noivern deck. This is going to be a Noivern Eeveelution deck in the standard format, and this deck, I'm telling you guys, is a ton of fun to play. Why is because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you guys in a little bit, but certainly Noivern here, the 100 HP Dragon-type Pokemon, has the really cool ability Echolocation. Any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks, flip a coin. If heads, prevent that damage. And is that sweet or what? Boom Burst here. This attack does 30 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Don't apply weakness and resistance, so that's a problem. Weakness and resistance to bench Pokemon. Boom Burst. What made Boom Burst that much more better in this current meta is a particular card called Double Dragon Energy. We have this guy right here, Double Dragon Energy. Certainly gives it a 2-turn effect. We can go ahead and play down a Noibat, and then turn 2, evolve Noibat, and then, well, of course, turn 1, drop a basic energy or even the Double Dragon Energy. Turn 2, evolve the Noivern, and then play another energy, and you can do Boom Burst already. Now, the plan we're going to be doing here is combining this with Eeveelutions. We have Jolteon here with Electric Effect. We have also the Vaporeon with the Aqua Effect, and the Flareon with the Flare Effect. And the plan here is to take advantage of Boom Burst optimally by using Wide Lens. So damage from the attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to is affected by weakness and resistance. Well, the resistance part is kind of a bummer, but I don't think there's really anything that has dragon resistance. Is there? I don't know. I don't think there is. The point is this: we can use Wide Lens, and the damage will be double. Can you believe that? From the Boom Burst. So we can hit 60 across the board instead of just 30. That's pretty wicked awesome. And yeah, 60 because of the Jolteon and the Flareon and the Vaporeon. So we will have 2 Shamans here for setup and Sky Return. Only a 4-4 line of the Noibat, Noiverns, and 4-2-1-2 line for Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon. Very straightforward strategy after you guys get that concept. Boom Burst can hit 60 across the board, assuming your opponent has bench Pokemon, that is, for weakness. And, well, for most weakness, right? Not too many things are Dragon weak anymore, besides, like, the older Dragon Pokemon. But not too many things are... There's a lot of things weak to water or fire, and a lot of things weak to lightning. Not too many things weak to water, though, but you never know. And, yeah, certainly we're going to try to pull this off. So we have Level Ball 3 of these. We do have the Sacred Ash here, because... we really rely on Noivern. He's really the only attacker. We could try to attack with Shaman, but we're never going to want to do that. Silent Megaphone could see this pretty handy, sparingly maybe, I don't know. Switch as well, and then we have Target Whistle. So the Target Whistle is going to be really cool, right? For example, if your opponent sees your Noivern out here, and they have, like, let's say, fire weak Pokemon, they have a bunch of metal types mixed with, like, I don't know, some non-metal types, and they're playing only their non-metal types because they're like, oh no, abluegolfball has his Noivern, and he's got Flareon on the bench. They're going to discard their fire weak Pokemon. All you need to do is Target Whistle them back, assuming they have bench space. But still, that's going to be pretty fun to use. I'm going to see if that is worth it in this deck. We have Ultra Ball here, as well as VS Seeker. AZ here to bring up the Shaman, and Lysander here, 2 of these. We do have Professor Birch's Observation, 2 of these, as well as 4 Sycamore, and that's it for the support line. Oh, wait, I forgot the Shauna. I do want to say the AZ is kind of a tricky thing to pay off here, because, yeah, it would go for Shaman, but it can also go for, yeah, anything else, really. Sticky situations where you need to force the switch. Shauna, 2 of these, and then Silent Lab. You may be thinking, why Silent Lab? Well, yeah, we'll be blocking our own Shaman EX, but Silent Lab is mostly for Aegislash-EX, okay? Because the nice thing here is Vaporeon and them, they're all stage 1, so Silent Lab will be going unaffected against them. Oh, not the Wide Lens. So the Silent Lab would work against Aegislash-EX. That way we can play the Double Dragon Energy and hit the Aegislash for weakness that way. Let's see here, and then we do have what is it? Wide Lens. This is the money right here. This is the money maker in this deck. Wide Lens. I already talked about that, and then Double Dragon Energy again. Very good. Got to get these Double Dragon Energies out so we can start attacking within turn 2. Energies, Darkness Energy. Gonna be playing those as well as 1 Psychic Energy, 6 Darkness Energies, and yeah, that's it for the deck. So. Without further ado, let's go ahead and see this deck in action. Do you guys got any questions? I hope not, because we're going to go and see this deck in action. Here we go. All right, and we're playing against Fagui 2013. Okay, looks good to me. We will choose heads and flip for heads, and we get the opportunity to go first, winning the coin toss. This is looking pretty good already. We have a Shaman, Eevee, Vaporeon. This is looking terrible. What am I talking about? What is this? We have two Professor Birch's observation that are basically useless. Our Shaman EX isn't very optimal right here. We're going to be drawing another card. We can play Shaman EX and not really draw much of anything. And we got an AZ to boot. Might as well just scoop this game. I'm just kidding. We're playing against a Combi here. Oh, this is great. I'm going to go for the Professor Birch's observation, and I do flip heads. That is great. We're able to get this going here. We even have... we got the Ultra Ball. We could play Ultra Ball. I'm just going to sit on my hand and wait for the next turn. Could have played Ultra Ball for another Shaman. I don't want to lose on these double dragon energies. They're pretty crucial. These things can just pop out of nowhere. And alright, so right now we're going to play the Professor Birch's observation in the next turn and see if we can hope for a Jolteon, get the Jolteon, get the free retreat, play the, hopefully get a Noivern, play the double dragon energy, get a, what do you call that thing? The, whatchamacallit again? Wide lens, knock out a bunch of Combis, and look at that. That'd be sweet. If we can pull this off, I believe it, guys. You guys believe it? Chant with me. Never mind. But still, I believe it. It's going to happen, folks. We're going to get that wide lens. We are going to get that Noivern. Watch this top deck. We're going to top deck a Noivern or a wide lens. Maybe not. I have no idea. If we don't, hey, we got Professor Birch's observation. Maybe that can bail us out, and we can try something here. Or if we can top deck the Jolteon, that would be just as good. If we can do that, that would be fantastic here. So we see my opponent going for a bunch of things here. We see an unknown get discarded for the farewell letter. We see an acro bike right there. My opponent discarding the card, drawing another card as well. Man, my opponent's loading up on the bench. We see another unknown. We see, two Combis and two Eevees over there. Here's another trainer's mail. My opponent's just going to town, grabbing things, doing left and right. We see the Combi here with a muscle band and a DCE. That Combi may not look like much, but when it becomes a Vespiquen, it's going to be pretty scary to deal with. Alright, and that's it. Oh, look at that. We top decked the Noivern. It's happening here, folks. It's going to happen. I could play the Ultra Ball for Shaman, but let's go for the Professor Birch. Oh, no. We got Flareon. Not exactly. We did get the wide lens. Oh, my goodness. We got the wide lens. We got a Starling Megaphone. We got everything we need. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. We don't really need a Starling Megaphone here because we're going to knock out everything right here anyways. Let's go ahead and do this. Boom burst hitting 60 on these Combis. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. That felt so great. 3 prize turn. 3 Combis down. Oh, wow. My opponent must be devastated. This came out of nowhere. And, oh, my goodness, that Flareon. Wait. Yeah, why was I so disappointed about a Flareon? I needed a Flareon. Oh, my goodness. I should be rejoicing to getting that Flareon off the Professor Birch's observation. I am more than happy to get that Flareon. What was I talking about? That way, we were able to hit for weakness, knock out a bunch of those Combis. And right there, my opponent concedes the match. And, wow. Oh, man, that was too much. That was ridiculous. I can't believe we were able to just destroy that Vespiquen Combi deck. And my opponent actually got a lot of things going. We saw my opponent play, look at that, a number of trainers, 7 trainers. We only played 4. 7 trainers in 1 turn, right? I mean, my opponent's just going through her deck, her deck, my opponent's deck, whatever. And, yeah, that was... Wow, what do you guys think? Wasn't that awesome? That was legit. Taking out 3 Combis like that. They didn't even see a chance to evolve. That is great. Anyways, well, let's go ahead and play another match here. That was definitely exciting. The wide lens, guys. The wide lens is real. Let's go ahead and play another match here on Pokemon TCG Online. All right, and we'll be playing against Dave GB. When I think of GB, I think of Green Bay and the Green Bay Packers, of course. Who's a Green Bay Packer fan? Let me know if you are a Green Bay Packer fan. All right, that's right, the Packers. They rock. I'm just kidding. Okay, so here we go. We have a Noibat available to us as well as another one and a Shaman. And we got 4 supporters. I can't complain about that. That looks, I mean... It'd been nice if we got level balls and maybe we can get some Eevees, but I'll take it. 4 supporters, that'd be great. Oh my goodness, we're seeing another Combi out there. We see the unknown. We will be playing against another Combi, you know, another Vespiquen deck of some sort. Hey, we see the level ball. Maybe my opponent's going to grab another Combi. Well, maybe it could be for another unknown, and it's another unknown. So, Looking like a pretty promising start from my opponent, drawing some cards, drawing to a lot of cards. My opponent has 7 cards over there. We even see a level ball. My opponent can get another unknown, maybe another combi, and it's another unknown. Wow, okay, certainly my opponent is going to just get all the unknowns that he can. And here we see level ball, unknown level ball, unknown level ball. Okay, or something like that, whatever. Here's a spinner rack. Oh, that's interesting. Definitely can... perhaps, I don't know, win games by poison damage too. You never know, that every 10 damage between turns does count and does make a difference. So, a little unorthodox. You don't really see that in, well, maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen enough Vespiquen decks to oh, wait, we see a Virizion. Okay, definitely unorthodox by any means. At least for me, I think that's a little unorthodox. Here is the Virizion. So, this isn't going to be your typical deck, what is it? Vespiquen deck, maybe, unless maybe I don't play enough Vespiquen decks, and I don't know. So let's go for the Shaman, and we get the Noivern. Okay, that was a waste. Oh, I shouldn't have played the Shaman. Hey, look at that. We get wide lens, and we even get another Shaman drawing some more cards. Hey, this is not so bad. We have a Vaporeon available to us in the next turn. We can play that for the Eevee. Not too shabby. We can discard the Professor Birch's Observation, as well as the Vaporeon, get the Noivern going, evolve the Flareon, get the double Dragon Energy off the Sycamore, hopefully, ideally. Of course, we can always miss it, but drawing 7 cards, very likely we should be able to draw at least into 1 of the 4 double Dragon Energies. We see my opponent pay a huge retreat cost, an unnecessary retreat cost, using the the DCE, burning that away to be able to use Bailout. My opponent's gonna be able to bring in these unknowns. Very strange way to go about this, but wow, we top deck the double Dragon Energy. Wow, that is great. What is going on here? It's not even close to Christmas time. We have the Flareon, we got the Sycamore, we have the Noibat, another Noibat with another wide lens. I really regret not powering up the Noibat in the active spot. In the next turn, we should be able to play the energy on the Noibat, pay the retreat cost, and then start attacking with the wide lens. We should be able to take out... Oh my goodness, we should be able to take out the Combi at the very least. And, I'm thinking right now we're going to play the Lysander on the Gyarados. It looks like my opponent has to make a choice then, either powering up the Vespiquen or the Gyarados. So my opponent, we can see my opponent top deck a Vespiquen here. That certainly can happen. And that way my opponent can preserve a quick knockout with the wide lens from our Noivern. We see the level ball here. That will definitely go for a Vespiquen, and yes, rightly so, my opponent does go for the Vespiquen. Here it is. My opponent's down to 1 card. Actually, could get another card off the Farewell Letter, and there we go. We see the Farewell Letter at 2 cards. We still see a supporter. Could see a double dragon. No, not double dragon. What am I talking about? A DCE, but that's it. A muscle band off the Farewell from the unknown, and we see a muscle band and another bailout, and that's it. So let's go ahead, go for the plan, pay the retreat cost. Again, I think we can go for the Lysander, drag out the Gyarados over there, and force my opponent to play an energy on the Gyarados to retreat. My opponent only has 3 cards, so the likelihood of my opponent having a switch and a DCE is highly unlikely. We can definitely see it still, but alright, so here we go. Let's go for the Boom Burst, hitting 60 across the board. That's going to be a 2-hit knockout on all these grass Pokemon, and we are at a huge advantage here. And does my opponent have the DCE and switch? If he does, then yeah, I wouldn't really have anything to respond with. That's for sure. If my opponent does have it, then I suppose we will have to try to buy a turn with the Noibat in the active spot. Maybe the Noibat will go down, I don't know, and try to power the Noibat on the right. Could go that route right there, but otherwise it should be an easy... Oh, my opponent concedes the match! Oh, come on, Dave GB, man! Dave GB. Show some love. Let me take a 3-prize turn right here and finish the game. Lose with honor. I'm just kidding. I had a cousin that always did that to me. Every time I played Tekken against him and I'd be losing, and he'd be like, die with honor. And I'd be like, what are you talking about, man? I don't want to lose like this. And he's got like full health, and I'm like 1 punch away from getting knocked out. Anyone else play Tekken here? I love Tekken. I'm talking to a bunch of people who loves Pokemon, and Tekken is kind of in a world of difference. I'm a huge Street Fighter fan and Tekken fan, so, but anyways... That just brings back memories. So we were able to deal 180 damage. Definitely could have dealt a lot more. If we had that 1 more turn, we could have been able to do another 180 and get a 3-prize turn right there and win the match. But that's it for the game here. Let's go ahead and play another match here on Pokemon TCG Online. All right, and we're playing against Cookie Monster. And looks good to me. Kooky Monster 760 will looks like he's lost the coin toss, so we'll be going first. We see Rainbow Energy, we see Double Dragon Energy as well. We're gonna start off with a Shaman. Not exactly the most, of course not. It's the worst thing you can start off with in this deck. I'd rather start off with an Eevee. That way we get a shot at evolving to Jolteon, and that way we can do it for retreat. And so here we are forced to play the Eevee, or not the Eevee, the Shaman. Got no choice, no. But what we do have is a level ball and an ultra ball. But we gotta wait and see, what does my opponent play? Oh, we see a Lugia EX right there. So probably no need for the Vaporeon. Definitely we can go for the Noibat here, and if we can't, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get an energy this turn, but that's okay. We should be able to play the energy drop in the next turn. We have the Sycamore as well, so we'll evolve Noivern, play the Double Dragon Energy, play the Sycamore, get a fresh hand of 7, and gotta wait and see. Hopefully we can get a Jolteon, hopefully we can get Floatstone, maybe, not Floatstone, what am I talking about? This is a standard format. We can get something to do to retreat, maybe a Switch. Do we play Switch? I don't know, I'm blanking out right here, but oh wow, Lugia's galore. Another Lugia hits the discard pile. My opponent is correct to do that. We see a Bagon here, so again, dragons are no longer weak to drag. Oh my goodness, we see a Wally, my opponent playing the Bagon, and there is the Shelgon right here, Shelgon with the exoskeleton. So it is our turn. We're going to go with the plan. Oh, shucks. We will be discarding a Noivern, but that's okay. Ha! We got a target whistle. We can bring back that Lugia EX. That is why we got the target whistle here. That is perfect. This is the exact reason why we have target whistle. And let's go ahead and play down that Jolteon and end the turn. Now we have Jolteon to basically give us that double, double the damage output for our Boom Burst. And of course, with the wide lens, we can hit for 60 on the Lugia EX on the bench as well. Here's a Salamence here. That's the one that has 3 attacks from, I believe that's Ancient Origins, or Roaring Skies, I think. Yeah, that's right. But we see the Double Dragon Energy drop right there. And we got to play the Sycamore. Here's another Jolteon. Oh, that is great. That way, our Jolteon, even if one of them gets Sly-Standard out, we still got one more to back up our Noibat, or Noivern. Kind of wish we have an energy we can play on the Shaman to pay the retreat cost. And that's it, my opponent passes the turn. Okay, sweet. Let's go for the Shauna. Should play the energy first. Thank goodness we got the energy right there. Let's go ahead and hit for 60, 30, and 60. 2 more turns. That's going to be a 4-prize turn right there. 4 prizes. And yeah, being able to hit for Boom Burst 60 times. That's only a 3-hit knockout for something that's hitting for that should be hitting for 30, but it's hitting for 60. And can you guys imagine if we're hitting for 30? Oh my goodness. It'll take so long to knock out the Lugia EX here. And okay, sweet. Let's just Boom Burst. No need to play the Sycamore. Gotta wait and see. Does my opponent... we probably could have played the Sycamore, because that way we've been able to get an energy drop on Noibat, perhaps even power up or evolve into a Noivern. We see Professor Birch's observation. Does my opponent have the switch? We could get hit for 60, or what is that? Power Howl, which could probably knock out the Noivern, but with Echolocation, we may be able to dodge a Volet and perhaps survive that turn that way. Gotta wait and see what's that. Oh my goodness, my opponent brings out another Double Dragon Energy and passes the turn. Oh no. Alright, so I'm going to hang on to my hand. Again, we could definitely go for the Sycamore, but the nice thing is that we were able to top deck an energy, and so we are only 1 energy away. We got the Double Dragon Energy off those 4 prizes. Oh my goodness. We can still play the Ultra Ball, discard the Flareon and the Eevee, get another Noivern, power up with the Double Dragon Energy we got there. We have a nonsense Silent Lab that perhaps we could still play, but highly unnecessary, but maybe it could help us out in case my opponent uses Shamans and stuff like that. My opponent plays a Professor Birch's observation, grabs 7 cards off his deck, and we gotta wait and see. Does my opponent go for a Power Howl here? That'll definitely knock out the Noivern. And we see another energy drop there as well, so my opponent's getting ready. We see Echolocation failed. We get hit for 180. How disappointing. We do have the Jolteon with the free retreat, so we can go ahead and promote that. We do have an Eevee there. What we're gonna do is, of course, what we've we've, I kind of wish we have another target whistle. Man, if we had another target whistle, we'll just bring out that, whatchamacallit, that Lugia EX and, knock it out. Well, not really knock it out, but slowly chip away at it and also leave it stranded in the active spot. So here we go. Let's go and grab that Noivern right here, and we'll play the Double Dragon Energy. Let's go for, we could play VS Seeker for the Shauna, maybe preserve some of our Sycamores and even the Lysander, or just go aggressive and discard everything, but let's go for the Shauna. We do have 2 more Sycamores. Ooh, we even get a wide lens. That's not really useful. We have a switch there as well, and we also have Birch's Observation available to us for the next turn. All we need to do is survive and see if we can flip heads the next time around. My opponent is at 40 HP. If we can survive one more, ideally what I'd like to do is probably discard a couple things and get another Noivern going, play the Professor Birch's Observation, and get another energy going. So my opponent can definitely still make a comeback here. If he knocks out this Noivern, then it's going to be really hard to really try to get back into this. My opponent will basically take control of the game, and we're going to need to use something else. Jolteon can't attack. We don't play DCE for the Shaman EX. We're really just relying on that little Noibat over there. And oh my goodness, we were able to use Echolocation. We dodged the bullet right there. We should be able to play the energy there. Great. That was a great top deck. And let's go ahead and discard, grab out the Noivern. Could grab a Shaman and draw some more cards that way too. We have plenty of cards to work with, but I do want another Noibat to go. And hey, here is the Noivern. We have a Sycamore, we got a Lysander there available to us too, and hopefully we can get a Double Dragon Energy. What we can do if we don't get it off the top deck, we can still play Sycamore and dig into our deck a little bit more. Should be able to knock out the Salamence in the next turn. Even if my opponent knocks out the active Noivern, we should be able to get, ideally we should get another Double Dragon Energy and knock out that Salamence. So we see my opponent powering up the Reshiram on the bench. That could be certainly very scary. And oh my goodness, we survive again. Echolocation is the bomb diggity here, guys. Echolocation just bought us 2 turns. My opponent's burning energies there as well. Let's go ahead and spread the wealth with this Noibat here in case my opponent Lysander's the other. I don't know, maybe not. That's not going to happen, but we'll get the knockout here. We're down to our last prize, and we got a Double Dragon Energy off the prize cards. That is terrific. We see a Bright Wing. My opponent can still hit us with a Bright Wing. All he needs is a lightning energy or a fire energy, and that would, we see the energy retrieval. So there we go. We're going to see a Bright Wing. I think the coin flips may be favoring my opponent now, I would assume, since, you never know how this random stuff goes in Pokemon TCGO, but perhaps he flipped enough tails and the computer felt guilty. It felt bad. Just kidding. Computers don't feel, they don't have emotions, they don't have feelings. Here is a Reshiram. Here's the water energy drop. And Echolocation fails this time around. I suspected that, and we will be knocked out here. But it doesn't matter. We have our own Echolocation available for us. We even have a Lysander, which we can drag out that Bagon over there and kind of prolong the game some more. Too bad we ran out of those. We don't have any more of those target whistles. Here we go. Let's go ahead and just play that Double Dragon Energy onto our Noivern here, and we can go ahead and just retreat. Could definitely go for the Lysander, but I'm feeling pretty gutsy. But you know what? At the same time, I don't want to take the risk either. Let's go for the Boom Burst here. Again, the Bagon is only a 1 retreat cost. The Reshiram can accelerate too, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We gotta wait and see what my opponent does. We see a switch, and we could see the energy drop. So here, we definitely need to get. Even if we go down, we can certainly still. Oh, never mind. My opponent evolved into the Shelgon. Oh man, this is not good. If we can survive the turn here, we may be able to pull something off. Otherwise, my opponent will take a commanding and convincing control over the game. Oh wow, a Shaman EX is in the active spot. My opponent dragged that out there, and that's it. My opponent did not have the energy. We can go ahead and just pay the retreat right here. And let's go for the Shauna. Do we get a Double Dragon Energy? No, we get another Noibat. That's kind of nice. We could actually go for the AZ the next time my opponent Lysander or something. So, but doesn't matter. We should be able to get the knockout in the next turn. As long as we can survive this turn, we should be able to finish the game. And here it is. My opponent does evolve into the Salamence. Does my opponent retreat? Doesn't matter. We'll still hit the Reshiram from the bench. But the Salamence here looks pretty scary. We can see a Power Howl, but my opponent only has 3 cards. And, oh, never mind. There it is. Fire Energy. Wow. Most impressive. Okay, so here we go. if we can flip heads, we can win the game if we can flip heads. And the suspense, oh my goodness, we flipped heads, and look at that, nothing. And we will take the knockout here. Boom, burst, baby. That's right, knocking out the Reshiram and winning the game. And that was pretty scary. A couple times we got really lucky on coin flips, extremely lucky on coin flips. I wouldn't have say so. Oh wow, we flipped only two heads, 0 tails. And oh man, my opponent did get a lot of head flips on his own. He had 5 and 2, so I don't know. But hey, still 770 damage dealt. Too bad we didn't hit the magic number 777. I should probably go to Vegas if I had that, because it's impossible to hit for single digits in Pokemon. Yeah. But otherwise, yeah, it's certainly a really fun deck. Those Lugia EXs were a huge help. We were able to take 4 prizes that one turn, knocking out those Lugia EXs in 3 turns, hitting for 60 damage instead of 30. Oh man, that was sweetness. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Sweetness. Ah, come on. Anyways, that's it for the video. You guys, if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for subscribing and being part of this epic journey. Thanks so much for watching. You guys take care. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.